everybody, and welcome back. Welcome to the beautiful Phetchabun, one of my favorite provinces, and I'm so thrilled to be back here for the next 3 days as we explore Khao Kho. We're going to stay at 2 separate parts of Khao Kho in 2 different accommodations at 2 different price points. Tonight's going to be a bit more expensive, and then tomorrow I haven't actually booked anything, but I'm hoping to find something a little bit more budget friendly. One thing's for sure, however, because we're here in Phetchabun, it's gonna be so beautiful wherever we stay. I'm just on my way up to Khao Kho now. Check out the health and safety from the guys ahead of me. Okay, thank you. Khop khap. Just saw this little cafe slash viewpoint. Looks really nice. I'll show you in a second. Got myself a nice little lemon iced tea. Let's just see what happens. Let's just go out on the bike. Let's just explore. It's such a beautiful part of the world. We can't go wrong. The weather today was hot and humid, and I could sense a storm brewing in the sky. So I thought it would be best to explore some of this area before I checked into my hotel. Luckily, this area is actually quite compact, and there's lots of attractions all grouped close together. Okay, me and Zelda barely made it up here. It was quite steep, so we'll just let her relax a little bit, because that was tricky. That was not easy. And there's a weapons museum and a war memorial, so let's go in. I have been here before, but it's nice to revisit places, and it's just as clean and neat and tidy as I remember from last time. They've really done a great job of landscaping. I mean, just look at the state of the road as well. Like, the reason why it was a struggle was my bike is underpowered and overpacked, so it's not the road's fault. The road is immaculate. I mean, this is rural Thailand. I've been saying this for years, but the roads in Thailand are just always a joy to drive, especially when you're riding a motorcycle. I don't trust it. Just down the road is the Weapons Museum. Guess how much a ticket was? 10 baht. 10 baht. Can you believe it? Cover my cap. Wow. Looks like impact from a missile or a rocket. Once an active air defense base, today it's filled with relics of a Cold War era. Old artillery, old helicopters, and even some tanks that were actually used in the battles. Wow. Whoa. So cool to be able to see these relics of an old war, an old skirmish. And I just can't get over how beautiful the grounds are. Let's have a look in here. Ooh. You can see people leave coins inside. So cool. This is cool, man. This is really cool. What? It's also home to this beautiful Sacrifice Memorial. It's a striking marble monument that was built in 1983 to honor the civilians, soldiers, and the police who all lost their lives fighting against the communist insurgents. There must have been a battle here. Looks like they were entrenched. It's a good location. You're up high. You've got a great vantage. I mean, back in the 60s and the 70s, you know, everything you could have as your advantage you would try to hold, right? Together, the Weapons Museum and the Memorial offer a glimpse into a turbulent chapter of Thai history, and set against the beautiful Khao Kho misty mountains, it's definitely worth a visit. Super far in the distance is one of the highlights of Phetchabun Khao Kho region, but it's far, far away. We'll go check that out in the afternoon. Right, let's get down into the valley and find our accommodation. My apps are telling me the storm is headed my way, although I don't exactly need an app to tell me that. I just need to look up into the sky or just listen out for the rumble of the thunder closing in. It feels like there is just so much rain in every direction. I look in that direction, I see dark clouds, I hear distant thunder rumbling away all around me. It's coming up to check-in time. My accommodation is in the valley somewhere, not far from here. I think we should probably make our way there before we get soaked, because it seems to be thundering and lightning everywhere. Also, the insects up here are crazy. They're so loud and so noisy and so different sounding. That's an insect. Crazy. I don't know how we stayed dry, but this is my accommodation. It looks really interesting, so let's check in. I do have a rain jacket and a raincoat this time. Let's see if we can check in. Anybody here? Let's ring the magic bell. Oh, Sadika. Sadika. Check in. Okay, so it was 2,450 baht for one night, including breakfast. Quite expensive, but I think it could be quite nice. So we're going to follow the guy to our room. Basically, I think I've rented a little cottage. Oh my god, that storm is literally minutes away, seconds away. And I think this is us. Oh my goodness. So look, this is all for me. This is a wooden cabin. I mean, if this was Switzerland, this would be 300 euros, 500 euros a night. All right. Welcome drink.
Okay, free.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Cover my cap. Lovely guy. He's the gardener. And he'll be busy, because this place is huge. So upstairs, looks like there is a kid's room. Looks like dead bodies. 2 beds, a hangout area, and another 2 beds. So you could sleep 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, 2 in the master. And it has aircon. It's rustic, it's beautiful. It's a bit overkill for me, but I do like to show you guys other options, because some of you watching this might not be on a motorbike, right? You might be in a car with your wife, with your kids, with your family, with your friends. And if you come up to Phetchabun, you might be like, oh, we can stay here. Yes, it's 2,450 baht a night, but we can split it between 4 people or 6 people. Literally, the rain's about to begin, so actually what I want to do is just go for a little walk around. Let me see what that free drink was. Ginger beer. Okay. Down here we've got a little living space and a TV. Lights. It's going to be really nice and cozy in here. Just got to make sure that I close these mosquito doors. I think on the images for the website, this was blue, not brown, but you know, rainy season. And look, all the little cabins have their own little atmosphere. This one looks like it's being renovated. Let's have a look. Let's be nosy. Yes. Looks like they're stripping the paint and giving it a new varnish. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for giant snakes as well. Can you hear that? Big thunder, big storm. That is scary, that's close. You can probably tell why I was paranoid about the mosquito doors and windows. All of this water, all of this area here is going to be mosquito paradise, especially before or just after a storm. Okay, plan of attack is I'm going to go back to my wooden cabin and just see out this storm, and then maybe get a little bit of lunch, and we'll see how long it lasts, because it could be an hour, could be 10 minutes. I don't know how long this storm is going to last, but I'm going to take this time to just relax in the cabin, have a bit of a break, do a little bit of work on my website. I use Squarespace to host my website, and if you are looking for a good place to host a website, Squarespace are amazing. They're also my channel sponsor, and they're sponsoring today's video. If you head to squarespace.com/Paddy Doyle, you'll also get 10% off your first website or domain. It's really easy to design a website on Squarespace. You do not need to be a genius or a web designer. You just need to select one of their award-winning templates and then add and amend your own images, videos, and text like I did, and start selling products, start selling services. They also use the power of AI thanks to Design Intelligence, which is basically a questionnaire that the AI asks you what's the website for, what you're trying to do with it, etc. And then the AI will actually build it for you. So it's super easy. Check out Squarespace in the description and get that 10% off your first website. As the first few drops of rain come, I'm gonna go back in and enjoy the storm from the safety of the cabin. I got a bit of work done, and it was just nice to be cozy inside the cabin, and to be fair, this couldn't be a better place to wait out and admire nature. I forgot to get lunch, and now it's really coming down. I think we might be going hungry. Around 5 p.m, the storm had faded and I was hungry. I also wanted to show you one of Thailand's most magical places, and somewhere you have to visit if you come to Khao Kho. It's been so long since I've been here, and I was a bit worried that the sunset wasn't really going to happen, but the rain just stopped enough, and I thought, oh, let me just go for a drive and see what happens. And I was right. So we're not going to get a good sunset because the storm has passed that way and it's going to block the sunset, but it has left behind a lot of low pressure, a lot of clag and cloud and fog, so it'll just add to a bit more of a dramatic backdrop to one of the most dramatic looking temples ever constructed, not just here in Thailand but in the world. And if you're ever in Phetchabun, you have to come visit this temple because it's 2 for 1. Let me show you. I've never seen it this quiet. This is brilliant. I think it's because it's a Friday, and I think it's because it's just been raining all afternoon, right? Not many people have braved coming up here. So there's the 5-headed statue. Absolutely incredible, and the grounds inside there are beautiful. And then over here you've got the mosaic temple. They have all these beautiful orbs over this temple. Sometimes they're in the water, sometimes they're here representing different planets and things. To be honest, I just like looking at it. Doesn't matter if you go in or out, it's free to go in. They don't charge anything, which is incredible if you think about how beautiful it is. And it's got the most incredible spot on this hill in Khao Kho. I mean, just look at the view. It really is something to behold. Is it? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Buddhas sat behind each other. The tallest, the biggest with a golden crown. It is starting to show a little bit of wear and tear. It's been here for a while now, so it's not as immaculately white. There is a bit of white paint chipping off, so it does need a refurbishment. And the star of the show really is the mosaic temple. Like, that is incredible, obviously, don't get me wrong. But there's this golden, beautiful mosaic temple, and I was just so blown away last time I went in there. And it was sunset, and it was so beautiful. The sun was kissing the gold leaf. It was kissing all the sparkle in the mosaic, and it blew my mind. And I came back here 2 or 3 more times over the years with friends, with family, because whenever I'm showing people around Thailand and they want to see things outside of Bangkok, I take them here because there's mountains, there's these beautiful temples, and then there's another place tomorrow which I'll show you. It's just beautiful. This striking statue features 5 seated Buddhas, each stacked one in front of the other. Together they actually symbolize different stages of the Buddha's life and his path to enlightenment. The beautiful gleaming white design set against the colorful mosaic tiles of the nearby temple make it one of the most iconic sites in Thailand. Not a bad view for a Pak Kapow dinner. Okay, that was a fun day here in Khao Kho. We just scratched the surface, but don't worry, because fingers crossed tomorrow we have some nice weather and we can go explore some more. There's so many more surprises about this place that I want to share with you. But if the weather's bad, then I don't think we can go where I want to go. So I'm not even going to check the weather, because there's nothing you can do. I'm going to get cozy in my cabin. I think I'm going to watch like a horror movie, particularly one that's set in a wooden cabin in the woods. Let's get into character. Morning. I slept really well last night, nice and cozy in the wooden cabin. It's threatening to be a nice day. The sun wants to come out and play, but we'll see. Let's go for a little wander, stretch our legs, and then let's get some local breakfast. After another stroll around the pond, it was time for the hotel breakfast. Some yummy Thai rice congee and some stale cornflakes. The storm was still hanging around, and so the morning ride was a little bit cold and a little bit wet, but I was still in great spirits. Being back on the road, especially on Zelda, it just gives me so much life. This region of Phetchabun is also home to some magnificent roads, as well as some stunning bridges. Just look at these ones. These types of details you often miss if you're just driving around in a car. Riding a motorbike, it's just such a visceral experience, and here in Thailand especially, it really is just a magical thing. And I even spotted a superhero at the local traffic lights. Okie dokie. As you can see, the weather has improved quite a lot. And I'll be honest with you, that is because it's the next day. So I was driving around in the rain in Phetchabun, and just waiting for the weather to improve. It's difficult to film during a wet, miserable day. So what I did was I just kind of limped around for an hour or two, waiting for the weather to change or for it to look like it might change. And I just kept checking the weather apps. And everything just pointed to the fact that it wasn't going to improve at all. So I ended up just finding a really cheap hotel, 1,000 baht. And I just waited it out. I waited out the weather and I thought, let me just try again tomorrow. So this is the 2331 road. And it is one of the most magnificent roads to drive, especially to ride a motorcycle on. And up into the mountains are incredible luxury glamping places, more rustic villages to stay in, and one of the most incredible temples and monuments I've ever seen with my own eyes. And about 3 years ago, when I went up into these mountains one afternoon, I was completely blown away. I was left speechless and it was imprinted in my mind. So I've come back because the incredible monument that I want to show you was under construction. It wasn't even finished, and I wasn't allowed to go in and explore a lot because it was a building site. And I just looked at it and I thought, what on earth are they building here? One of the good things about this trip and this series is because I'm able to go slow, I'm not in a rush. I can just, if it's terrible weather and I can see that it might be okay the next day, I can just wait and I can really take my time to show off these locations to you. This has to be one of the most beautiful roads in all of Thailand, guys. Save this, especially if you like to drive motorbikes. If you come here to ride this road, make sure to go slow. Not just to enjoy the views, but also to notice and stop at all the little cafes and viewpoints that you'll find along the way. Quick stop to admire this view. We're nowhere near the top and it's already so epic. Zelda is struggling. See, this back box, this is heavy, this weighs a ton, it's full of gear, this is full of clothes and toothbrushes. And she's got a small engine, but a big weight, so she's definitely underpowered. And I see all the comments like, oh, 125cc is not enough. I know it's not enough, but it does the job. And I like small bikes. This bike here, this is 350cc. No, it's not, it's 750, sorry. This is the new one. I haven't seen one of these before. Also, what's quite cool in Phetchabun, and I've seen this over in Khao Kho and on this mountain, is there are men underneath umbrellas and they have cameras and they take pictures of all the riders, and then they have their Facebook information on a sign. And so you can get home after your ride, go on their Facebook and see nice photographs of you driving your motorbike. Go for my close-up. The higher I rode, the colder it became. And the higher I rode even more, the more cloudy and foggy it became. Getting misty. Very, very misty. There are loads of accommodation offers up here. Your best rates will be found in person, so don't book anything online. The views are incredible and you can pick a room to suit your budget. This is wild. Sawasdee krap. Oh, can I get some mama? I got Americano yen, nothing like a little cup of noodles, or mama, as they call this brand in Thailand. After my quick little noodle lunch at that scenic cafe, it was time to keep riding higher and taking my time to enjoy all of the views whenever the clouds parted ways. My final destination wasn't too far away now. When you get past all of the accommodations on the hills and all the glamping spots, you actually get to a Muang tribe. And what's interesting behind me, they have a church. Now it is Sunday and they're having mass. I'm not going to poke my head in, but there are hundreds of Muang tribe. We're right next to a very famous temple, so I thought this area would be Buddhist, but it seems like the majority of the villagers here are Christian, which is interesting. When you get up to these Muang tribes as well, you see the real rustic way of life. Everyone seems to be living in wooden homes, mothers carrying their babies as a backpack, and 6 or 7 people to a motorbike. Whole families jammed on top of a little Honda 125. Seems busy. Okay, we're here. Zelda made it. Come on. So I'd come all the way up here a few years ago and I just had to come back and revisit. Back then it was still under construction and not really open to the public. Another thing I'm just remembering now is I was the only one here last time. Number one, it was a weekday. Number two, it was a building site. Look at all the people here.
ระวังมอเตอร์ไซค์นิดนะจ๊ะวัดอยู่ด้านบนนะคะดอกไม้ไหว้พระกันนะคะข้างบนไม่มีดอกไม้นะคะ
Get out of it. What was once white plaster or clay is now a colourful story told through sculpture and art. There's a beautiful lady behind me, and as it reveals as you go higher, you see her body is actually a serpent that goes snaking into the lake. She seems to have a royal boyfriend. There must be a king or a queen. And what's happening here, there's a monkey, there's a magical being, lots of mystical animals, mystical creatures, mystical people from famous Buddhist stories, and they're being told here by beautiful, colourful sculpture. It's incredible. There's our first glimpse. Looks like something from an alien planet or a magical Egyptian Stargate film, you know? Just so interesting and unique. So the last time I was here, this was completely under construction and you couldn't go inside. So let's go inside. That is awesome. This is all completely new as well. or it was since the last time I was here. Or maybe I didn't even see it, but there's a beautiful golden temple here. And what's interesting is it's guarded by a pack of huskies. It's all going off here. There's people doing incense, there's people praying inside, there are people taking pictures, taking videos. There's a Buddha footprint up here as well, which is a very holy thing. So probably the significance of why it's so busy. The dogs are getting a lot of attention. That sound, that's someone rubbing the gong. Me? Okay. Thank you. Khom Khao. Not as loud as you. He got it really loud. Okay, that was so much fun. One of the monks came out and he was asking me all sorts of questions. He was like, oh, make sure you get a video of this. Make sure you get a video of this. And then he filmed me doing the gong.
Hello Thailand! Welcome to Thailand!
Thai people are very shy. Okay, well I think I'm gonna continue my travels towards Loei, the province of Loei on the Mekong, because next week I'm going to begin a very big special journey of following the Mekong all the way from Loei, where it joins Thailand and acts as a border between Thailand and Laos, for about 900 kilometers or so. And so it will take us through province after province, and that's what's coming up next week. The Mekong journey, or the Mekong adventures. I haven't thought of a name for the series, but the last few videos of leaving Bangkok and coming all the way up here was just kind of a prelude to that big series. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss the next adventure. Or if you're really lazy, you can just tap on the screen right now and go and watch the first episode of the Mekong series. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this adventure in Phetchabun, and I'll see you next week, right here.